Um,
Not that this is an interview. Hi.
I was like, what?
Ew, that's a gross word for me.
Stop using SAT words.
Sorry. Hi, good morning. I love you, Moll-skeet.
Hey, right back at you, babe. Hold on. I've gotta, okay, it's telling me things. Stop talking to me.
Yeah, don't. I'm distracted already. Okay, so Moll-skeet-skeet-skeet-skeet-skeet-skeet is my soul sister from another mister from many, many moons ago.
For show. For show.
A show college roommate. We were okay. So the
Doesn't it
college
make you laugh? Doesn't it make you laugh like that first like
ah,
3 weeks of college? Like how completely compatible we were that we didn't know it?
that we didn't
Like,
even know it. That is so fucking funny because that was like that time of our lives. So we started college in 2003, right?
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
And we didn't know anybody. We like all, oh, we're all just going to school for radio broadcasting. Okay. So what do you do when you get to the Twin Cities? Where do you live? What's happening? Well, there
What?
was a program
What?
called Collegiate Housing, which was like Match.com for roommates. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And we had to
Yes,
put
yeah.
in,
But I feel like not supermatch.com.
well, we'll get into that. We'll
Okay.
get into that. Basically,
Don't
you
rush me.
you fill out a survey about like who you are and what kinds,
Right, right.
your hobbies and your interests and blah blah blah, and they match you based on that. So God was like, "Oh, yup, you too,
Yeah, that's okay.
you too," because that was much needed, I think, at that time in our lives. Here we
Oh, for
are.
sure.
So we meet on the day that we moved in together.
And
That's
immediately went to separate rooms.
yeah.
Like that's what I think is so funny is you hear all these, oh, I knew we were going to be best friends the minute I met them. Blah 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 blah. At like that best friend soulmate bullshit.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I met my best friend and immediately went to the other room
It just had to
because I was too shy. Like,
I
I'm
needed
like, yep, no.
I need to sit with myself and, just analyze all of it. I'm like, wow. But we were put together with two other roommates in a two-bedroom
Yeah,
apartment. So we
yeah,
each had to share a room with somebody else that we didn't know at all,
right. Oh, yeah, yeah.
which
I,
was like learning lessons and all of that. We did end up, I almost said executing, executing one roommate.
there were some plans that were executed. I
Yeah,
feel
yeah, we
like
definitely
that's
built some plans, but no, there was a roommate that was not in alignment, so she ended up leaving before I guess our lease was.
kicked off the island, dude.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. I mean, we can't. You
You
can't.
don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
So off she went, and then after that, like we had the option. What was it? A year later, like our lease was for a year, I think, wasn't it?
Well, the way I remember it, we had to, because we were breaking up their happy home of matching. And
Yeah,
so they were like, we're gonna split the three of you up then.
that's right.
Almost like a almost like a don't ask, don't tell, you're being punished for not
Oh yeah, for the
making
execution of
it
your
work.
roommate.
Right, 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 right.
That's right.
And
Okay, so we got rid of the
so
one roommate.
then the three of us were like, well,
But
if
we're the
this
three
apartment
best friends that anyone could have.
whatever. And it's like I don't know who started it, but I know the three of us were like, well, if they're gonna get rid of this apartment and split the three of us up, why don't we just ask
The
the
landlord.
apartment? Yeah, the I don't know, apartment people,
Yeah.
if we can just rent the apartment.
Yeah. And then in
And
like collegiate housing got a hell of a cut of what we were like paying for rent because what was it? We were paying,
oh, I
what
don't
were we
remember
paying
numbers.
singularly? Do you remember? It was like 2 grand a month.
It was it was a lot
And that was back
because
in
I
the
know
day.
when we yeah, because I know when we found out what our rent was going to be just the three of us,
I want to say
we
that
were like, huh,
we were paying like $1,500 to $2,000 a piece to have that done through collegiate housing. And then when we went to
I
the
think so.
apartment manager, I think we were paying $2,000 for the whole unit. Does that
Yeah,
sound
yeah.
right? Yeah. And then that,
Thereabouts. I mean,
of course, that was in like Burnsville, Minnesota, a rich
yeah,
southern suburb of the city. So at that
right,
time, like
right,
that rent is really high. And
right. Oh, for sure. No, yeah, I mean it was still, but whatever. I got to stay with my best friend,
I
so fuck
know
it.
it was, yeah, and it was awesome. There were less rules when we were released from that contract, and that was just,
Well, and I think that was a lesson in and of itself that you don't have to. That was probably one of the first times that I like stuck it to the man. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm a rule follower. Like you tell me to do something and okay, that seems fair. Like peer pressure. Yep, I got it. These are the
yeah,
expectations. And that was the first time that it was like, wait a minute, this doesn't seem right. There's got to be something we can do,
right.
and we took matters into our own adorable hands
Yeah,
and
we
voila.
did. We stuck it to the man, and we got what we wanted. I never even thought of that. We
And,
stood up
I
for
mean,
what
at
we
least for
believed in.
me, yeah. And I don't, yeah. And like I said, I think I only think about it that way because I'd never done anything. I'd never done anything so brave before, like questioning what someone told me.
Right,
What?
right. What?
That doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh my gosh. Well, the whole reason I wanted to record an episode was because of our conversation last week. And I was like, fuck, I should have been recording this because
I
it was
just,
so good. And this is why. I mean, we had conversations about many things, but it started with, oops, let me turn that on. Do not disturb us, okay? This is sacred. Um, but you were talking about Asher, your son,
yes, the
and
acting ash. Yep,
the
yep.
acting Ash, and he lied to you.
Oh, yes. Oh,
And
let's.
you told me how you handled that, and I'm like, hey, Moll-skeet-skeet, motherfucker. This is how we should be parenting. Like this, it was so, 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 so good. And I'm like, I just want you to tell that story because
Okay,
it
okay,
moved me.
okay. And hop in if I start to struggle because I live my life a quarter of a mile at a time, and that was a week and a half ago.
This I know.
Um, no, okay. Quick
So Asher
backstory.
is,
So the
how old is Asher?
Asher's 12, and Asher is a Hebrew name for happiness. That's what it means in Hebrew, and we are not Jewish, but that name, Jesus picked that name.
Yep.
Because of all the names that we were struggling to find, he is so true to that name. I mean, he brings us nothing but joy and laughter and fills our hearts. He
Yes.
is happiness in our
He,
family.
he is. He's the sweetest, youngest, littlest old man I've ever met.
Yes, yes.
Oh,
He's
that
so
reminds me.
which what
He gets that from you, by the way, because you,
for sure.
I was thinking about
Yes,
this morning, but you are the first, like, you were the first recognition in me about of the old man in myself. Like you,
oh, I think, I feel like the world might be a better place if we all just accepted we all have a little old man in us.
we do.
And if
And
we
I
don't, we
think
should get one.
you are like, I don't know. That's just like it gets me right here because we both love old men, you know. And
Yeah,
like
hands down.
our grandpas are very sacred to our hearts. And
Yes, absolutely.
like that for me, I was like, oh my gosh, you're an old man and I'm an old man. And I realized I was an old man after I met you. I
Right.
didn't realize.
Well,
So,
you're welcome.
so
You're
thank you.
welcome.
You bring the old man out. And anyway, Asher gets that from you.
Yeah. So, yeah, and he's 12. He's in middle school and he is, I mean, I don't want to tell you everything about him, but he is very much like me and his dad, but emotionally on the parts you can't see, he's a lot of me. And I've always seen that in him. Yeah, he's a rough and tumble all-American boy, no, out there in the prison yard throwing punches. But when it comes to his feelings,
Mm.
he is much more empathetic, intuitive, um, wears his heart on his sleeve. And so we have these talks. I mean, I've always told him, I've told both my kids, but Katie's very much like her dad. Always told both my kids, I'm like, there's nothing you can't say to me that I can't, and whatever you say, even if I'm mad, I'm still going to help you figure it out.
Hmm.
Like I'll never not be there to help you figure it out.
Yep.
Good, bad, or indifferent. And so we he goes to bed. About a half an hour later, he calls for me. So I go in there, and the minute I walked in, I knew.
Oh, wait. Where'd your volume go? Nope. Still can't. Why? Why does that happen?
Does it
There.
happen to other people?
There.
Got it.
Yes. Yes, it has
Okay.
happened to other people. I don't know why. It might be
Oh,
internet or something, but I can hear you now.
probably. I'm up here in God's country.
Yeah.
And so so I walk in and he's got tears in his eyes and he's like, I lied to you. I didn't do any of my math homework. And
This was right after this was like Easter vacation. School started
spring
again.
break. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd had a week off. And I am very nobody likes homework.
No.
And
But there
so
was
and he
homework to
had
do every day, wasn't there? Like he was supposed to.
yes. Yes. Well, no. So he had a bunch of homework, but I said to him, why don't you do a little bit now and then
Oh, sure.
you a couple days from now you can finish it up, whatever. And so he's doing homework one day and he comes out and he's like, yep, I did half of it or whatever. I'm like, great. You didn't need any help? Nope, I got it. Okay. Couple of days later, I'm like, we need to finish up that homework. Yep. I go to work. He's supposed to do it while I'm gone. I text him at work because he's a bit of an absent-minded professor. So I text him at work and I'm like, did you get your math homework done? Yep. Great. Just finished it up. Awesome. Super. Have a great rest of the day. I'll see you later. So this is Sunday night. School's the next day, 8:30 at night, because we're old men and we go to bed early. And he's like, I didn't do any of my math homework. And I said, you mean the other day? And he said, I did one page. I said, out of how many? And he said, four. And I said, oh. So I said to him, I I asked you twice. I said, so you lied to me twice. You lied to me because you told me you did half of it when you didn't. And then you lied to me again several days later when I asked if you had done the rest and you said yes. And he said, yeah. And he said, I'm really sorry. And I said, look, man, and this is the thing I always try and remember. And not that this is how I grew up, but I always try and remember when my kids are making mistakes that I so prevalently did in my own time as a child. I'm like, I need them to know where I'm coming from. Do you remember when we were kids and like it was like because I said so?
Yeah.
And
Dale
and
raised me.
and that's you're right. Right.
Don't ask no question.
Well, why is it? Yeah, no. And it's like that's fine in certain like yeah, I'll say that sometimes. I'm like just because I'm your mother and that's what I said to do, so that's what we're doing. But when it comes to that really serious stuff, I'm like, I need them to understand not only what they did wrong, but why it's wrong and why I'm upset. Because I don't want them to have that correlation that we did when we were kids, where it was like, oh, mom's pissed at me. I
Right.
don't know why. Like,
Right.
I don't want there to be any confusion
Yep.
as to where the anger is. I'm not angry at you. I'm angry at a choice you made. And there's a huge difference.
Yeah. Yep.
And I think when you're a kid, you don't know the difference. I mean, I didn't. I just thought my parents were always pissed at me.
Yeah. Yep.
It's like, well, that's because I was a chronic bad decision maker. That was the problem.
Right.
So, so I just went in and I just said to him, I said, look, pal, I really hate lying. I said, and this is why. I said, I used to do it all the time. I said, I used to do it just like you did it. I said, and then Sunday night, my conscience or the pressure got to be too much, and I spill the beans. I said, the problem is now you've lied twice. And on top of that, now it's too late to do your homework. You're going to have to get your butt up and get it done before school in the morning.
Yep.
Um, and I said, lying is a shifty, shady, awful habit. I said, because from my own experience, when you start, and to be fair, let's not pretend I'm some amazing mastermind and don't wear every emotion or thought on my face when I talk to people.
Right.
It's like I was never good at it. I never got away with anything. But I said, you get to the point, bud, where you do it without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
It becomes, it's a habit. It becomes the new truth. I said, I got to the point where I was lying as a adorable young person. I was lying about stuff that I didn't even need to lie about.
Yeah, there was no
Like
reason
I
to,
wasn't
like you're
gonna get in
covering your tracks constantly. You start a lie,
right,
you have
but
to follow up with a lie and
well, and I remember even lying about stuff that if I had told the truth, I wouldn't have gotten, oh no, that's adorable.
look at his little
Hey,
face.
oh, I just want to snuggle your ears. I bet they're softer than
They are. I want to make a blanket out of them.
satin.
His name's
Do it.
Gustafson.
Of course it is. How very Norwegian of you.
How
And
very
and
grumpy old men of you.
and I remember like there wouldn't have been any problem if I had just told the truth. Like I
Yeah.
wouldn't have gotten in trouble. It wasn't a big thing. It was probably
Yeah.
something stupid,
Right.
like what'd you have for lunch today? And I just lied. And I remember one time when I had the thought after the fact of like, why did I do that? Why didn't I tell the truth? And it's like when you lie so much, that becomes that's what you do. That's your
That's what you
automatic
do.
response is to make something up.
And so many, like, obviously, not everybody has a mom like you to like open it up and explain it that way. Like, this is not going to serve you ever.
No, right, right.
And
Especially if you're bad at it like me, and he's pretty bad at it.
yeah, yeah. And then to like, most parents don't have that conversation with their kids. Like my dad, I remember he was like, there ain't nothing I hate more than a liar. And that just scared the shit out of me, you know? But did it stop me
Right,
from lying? No, it did not.
right.
Because it wasn't,
Eh,
not that he did anything wrong. I mean, that is a core
no.
memory for me. And that is the reason why I healed from that,
Well,
why I,
and that's a fact. I mean, Dale spits the truth. Don't
he
get
does.
us wrong.
He does.
I mean, that's what went through my head when I said, Asher, I hate lying because it's true. But unlike Dale, it's like we got to go another step, and it's like you have to understand
Why?
why of all the things I will tolerate, this is not one of them.
This is not one of them. Yep.
Sorry. And I explained it to him after I told him about, and we've had this conversation before. So, but I said to him, I said, you absolutely cannot lie to your dad and I.
Yeah.
I said, oh no, that's terrible. I said, we can't have a house of liars. I said, because if you have a house where someone is lying, there is no trust at all. I said, because you can't, what? Well, I thought you were gonna.
No, I was because like when we talked about this last week and what you said to him about trust. You lied to me.
Yeah.
I love you, but please tell that story because that
Okay.
was the part that got me.
So, well, and this is, yeah. So I said to him, yeah. So I said to him, I think this is what you're thinking of. I said to him, I said, it hurts me when you lie because that, I said, no matter why you do it, I said, when you lie to me, that makes me feel like you don't trust me to tell me the truth, that you think I can't handle what you're going to say to me, that you can't trust me and to be honest with me. I said, and if I can't trust you and you can't trust me, I can't believe anything you say. I said, and that is no fun moving forward if every time you tell me something, I go, really? Are you lying? I said, that hurts our souls to be called a liar when we're not a liar. Like, I mean, yeah, when you're lying and somebody calls you a liar, you're like, yep, they got me. But
Yeah.
it's like when you erode that trust, it takes a lot.
Erosion.
Erosion, an erosion.
Yes.
But it's like when that happens, you can't just tomorrow wake up and, yep, okay.
Yep, everything's hunky fucking dory. No, like that sacred connection is broken until you've like I'm I have to change. I
Right.
I want to be trustworthy. I want to, but I like what you did because you were like examples. Give your examples of how you were going to show
Oh,
him that you
no, I
didn't
can't
trust
remember my examples.
brushing teeth and like
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So he did get punished. So his punishment was no electronics for a week.
yeah.
Um, so no phone, no Nintendo, no family movie nights.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You have to go to your room. You again, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah.
And which I mean,
Yes.
and then I said to him, I said, the examples, I'm like, I know when you lie because you've done it before. I said, so when you tell me you've brushed your teeth, I'll go touch your toothbrush. And if it's not wet, you ain't brushed your teeth. And if you tell me that you've done this, that, and the other, I can't, now I can't trust you. So now I have to double check everything. I said, and that's going to make you feel bad. I said, because you're going to find that when you're not lying to me, I still have to make sure you're not lying because I can't trust that you're telling me the truth. And it's going to take a while for that to get better.
Yeah. And
And he
if your
gets
mother
it. He
can't
knows.
trust you, yeah.
Well, and that's just it. I said, Dad and I don't lie to each other. I said, because we are a team. And if I can't trust the person that's supposed to be my teammate,
Yep.
what are we doing here?
What are we doing?
You know? And it's like we always team Ramrod. In our house, we're all a team Ramrod. And so it's like you Mark, my husband and I are a team, but my kids are part of our team. There's that
Right.
that smaller and that larger team, and it's like we got to have trust. You have to trust me when I tell you something. I'm always saying to the kids, I'm like, even if you can't see it, there is a reason I'm telling you this. There's a reason I'm telling you to do this, to not do this, that I want you to whatever. Whatever I say, there's a reason for it. So just do it. And you can ask me why we're doing it, but you're still going to have to do it no matter what.
Right.
And it's that whole it's the trust is the core of that. And so it's like if I can't trust one of them, okay, well then I'm gonna constantly be on their back, and that's no fun.
No.
We all remember how that feels,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So anyway, and
I
he
love
gets it,
I
and there
love how
wasn't
you
even any
handled.
shouting.
Sorry. I'm gonna shut up
No,
right now. Go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say, you know this about me. I love to yell. I'm a yeller. I'm loud. When I'm happy, I'm loud. When I'm sad, I'm loud. When I'm angry, like I'm loud all the time. I'm
Yeah.
just loud.
Yeah.
Um, but when it's serious, I don't yell. I didn't yell the whole time we had that conversation. I was calm. I was registered. I was uh responsible in my words, and I was meaningful in my thoughts
Heart to
because it's so
heart.
fucking important.
It is. It is.
Yep.
And going back to like, I just love how you handled that. And I was just like, holy shit. If every mom did that when it came to, like explaining it inside out, this is why we can't lie. This is what happens
Yeah.
because shit rolls downhill, friend. And then if you can't have an
Yeah.
honest, loving conversation with me, you'll never be able to flourish in your relationships, right? Because
Right.
nobody's going to
Right.
trust you because you're being inauthentic.
Well, and not only that, but and I can't speak for everyone. I'd like to, but I can't. But I feel also when you are a chronic liar, and that's the term I use. I don't know if there's a fancier term for it, but that's what I always tell people. I'm like, I used to be a chronic liar.
Hmm.
And so much of that I feel for me, and I think for a lot of people, is rooted in a self-confidence issue.
It is one million
You know what I
percent.
mean?
Yep.
Like there comes a point where I mean, if you think about it when you're young, the thing, and even adults, when you're lying, the things you're lying about are either to make yourself look good,
Yep.
to save face,
Yep. Or to make people like
to
you or accept you.
yep, yep. And it's like, and I think that's why our friendship has been so, like you said at the beginning, it's what we needed, and there were so many life lessons. It's like when you find a person, and it only takes one person where you can be yourself and not be um not feel the need to temper that. You just kind of let your freak
Yeah.
flag fly. And even if they don't get it all, they're like, I don't get it, but that's okay. I like it.
A lot. Yeah. Allowing you to be yourself. And you were one of the first people in my life that I really truly like felt that with as like a
Yes,
friend.
but yeah, me too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's, I think that's so important. And it's like I don't want my kids to miss out on that. And I want my kids to walk. I mean, I got 18 years with these psychos, and then they're
Yeah.
the world's problem.
Yeah.
And it's like I want them to walk out of this house and know who they are.
Yes.
To the
Yeah.
extent that not that you know everything at 18, not that you know
No.
everything about yourself at 18 or
Yep.
19 or 43,
Yep.
but it's like enough to the point that you feel confident in who you are, that
Yes.
you don't feel the need to hide
Or put on a
to t-
show or a mask. You're not
yeah,
afraid to be yourself.
yeah.
And the
And a
fact
lot
that
of that
you like you foster that in your children, which is absolutely
I'm
fucking
trying.
delicious to me
Well,
because
I'm
that's what my mom did.
yeah.
Just
Yeah,
be
yes.
yourself. Like, let go of all the stupid shit. You don't have to lie. You don't have to be inauthentic. You don't have to be anything. You don't have to perform for anybody. You don't have to be loved by everybody. Just be yourself.
No. And it's such a waste of time if you don't. I
It is.
mean, good Lord. Well,
It
you're
is
not
like the in like I see this, you just said, like, I can't speak for everybody, but here's the thing. Most people don't have these conversations with their kids.
right.
And what I see now is like a whole generation of inauthenticity. Like, I have to
Oh,
have this.
show.
Yes, a
Yep.
show. I have
It's
to
a
have
show.
this thing, or I have to be
Yeah.
this way in order to be loved and accepted by everybody on social media.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's where like the comparison game falls in. And this person has this and this and this, even though they're only posting, the highlights of their life or whatever. But when shit gets ugly, it's like that's where you find
Right.
people.
Well, and I think too, I think if you look at, I mean, I'm trying to foster that in my kids that they know who they are. But I think too, it's this whole like the other day, Katie came home and was showing me a video from her friend's house, and her friend's room was completely torn apart by the dog. And my mind was blown, Jenna Hart. I'm
Because
like,
we do
what?
not allow that here.
We don't allow that here. And I said to my daughter, I said, I don't understand how this happens. And she's like, well, her mom's really too nice and doesn't reprimand the dogs, so their dogs are bad dogs. And I said, I could look at my dog. My dog will look at me when other people in my house are doing shit they shouldn't. He will look at me like, are you going to do anything about this?
Yeah.
This isn't how we run our ship, is it?
Yep. Yeah.
And 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 Katie starts laughing, and I said, aren't you relieved that you have a crusty old bag that doesn't let that kind of crap happen here? And she goes, yeah, Mom, I actually really am grateful. Thank you.
I know. Well, right. I mean, it's not too terribly hard to have honest structure in your home if you're honest with your kids about
About, well,
your
about
screw up,
why?
your
Yeah,
mistakes,
yeah,
like the things that you went through. Explaining that is, a beautiful thing. If you're also
yeah.
explaining like the lesson that came with it, like you do, like when you mom, Molly, I am just,
Okay, here we
you are,
go.
it's
And I'm
because,
blushing.
well, it's because you remind me of Barb, and that is the reason why. Like you were
Well, that
one of
is the
Barb's
kindest thing
favorite
anyone
nuggets.
has ever said to me.
Like
I love Barb.
when you had Katie, mom was like, "We need to get up there
I
immediately."
go, I go.
Yeah, Molly, my
I
Molly.
still have that picture of your mom holding Katie.
Oh, I love that
It's,
picture.
I know it because it's so
Pure.
like when I look at that picture, I'm like, and that's Barb.
And
Like
that's Barb.
that's Barb in a nutshell, just cradling this baby and giving it
Yes,
all of her attention and glory.
yes.
Like
Yeah,
that was Barb though. She did that with everyone.
she did.
And I think too, I think back to my own mom and my mom, she didn't have it easy. I mean, she was a single mom and I was a bit of a project, and she taught me so much though without meaning to. And part of, not to get sappy, but I think part of why I mom so hard. Like there's that, I don't know what channel it's on. I don't watch it, but I've heard about it where it's like called Smothered or something. It's about moms that smother their kids as adults.
Ooh,
And and it's terrible. Of course, it takes it too far. But in my house, I say that I'm like, everyone needs to be smothered occasionally
sure.
because it's like there. I lost my mom young, and I didn't have the time to, like, a lot of the things she taught me, retrospect, like looking back as an adult or as a
Right.
mom, I'm like, oh, I see what's happening here.
Yeah, yep.
Good one.
Yes.
Good one,
Hindsight.
Katie. Well played.
Yeah,
Yeah. And it's like, I know that that has influenced the way I mother
absolutely.
because I, I mean, that's influenced just the outlook I have on motherhood and how my goal is to get them settled in themselves and ready to do it on their own. And it's like that's a huge thing. And so yes, I yell and I'm ridiculous and we make all these jokes in our house, and they tease me about drinking too much coffee and all I do is read and blah, 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 blah. And at the same time, though, it's like when it comes to that important stuff, like we're going to sit down and have a convo. Sorry, this is what we do here. We're going
Right.
to sort ourselves out because I want them to have, like you have, where you always, I heard Barb say, because you remember. And it's like, I want my kids to leave. And when they're having a hard time in life, yes, they can call me. But if they can't call me, if I'm not just a hop, skip, and a jump away, if
Hmm.
I'm not always sitting outside the corner of their apartment in a sedan with sunglasses on and a piece of pizza doing a stakeout, if that's not what's happening currently,
Yeah.
I want them to hear something that I've said and remind them we're still Team Ramrod, even if we're
Yeah.
far away,
Yeah.
even if,
And
you
even
can't.
long after you're gone. Like the
Right.
things that my mother instilled in me, those life lessons, there's
Yeah.
the big three, which was this too shall pass.
Right.
Um, you have everything you need.
Oh, yeah. That's a great one.
Boys are dumb.
Oh, that's accurate.
Because no matter what's going on in my life, one of those things apply.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes too.
Yeah, sometimes twice or thrice.
It
But
happens.
but that was like, and my mom, much like you, she learned things like inadvertently in how, she was raised and the experiences she endured, and that was her deciding factor in how she was going to raise her kids. She was going to do
Yeah.
it differently. And she did,
Hmm.
and she broke that cycle. And that's just like you. Like, we got to open up. We have to have clear communication. We have to be able to talk
Hmm.
about things. We can wear our hearts on our sleeves. Emotions are get free game. Like, we can do this. You don't have to shut
And
down and you can be yourself.
no. And it's so fascinating to me. Not fascinating. That's what Jesus does.
Yeah.
Katie is so like my husband, and Asher is so like me. I
Hmm.
mean, emotionally, they are the opposite. I mean, that's just how it is. And so, for Asher, I'll tell him because boys are so different. Girls are expected to be basket cases from time to time. They're expected to be criers and sensitive and, whatever words you want to throw in there. For a girl, that's almost expected and like fine, whatever. Oh,
Sure.
that's,
Yep.
it must just be her time of the month or whatever.
Yeah.
And well, every day is my time of the month, frankly.
Same.
I'm an emotional basket case. I'm
Also.
sorry. I have highs and lows throughout the day, every day.
Right. I
If
love
I
that we
feel
get
it,
to walk through our midlife pubescence together.
it is comforting. It's oddly comforting. And it's like for my son, it's hard because if he's having a bad day and his emotions are building up, he can't cry at school.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
can't he can't there's so much that boys can't do. And when
Sure.
I say that, I
When
don't
it
mean to
in terms of
say
emotions.
yes, in
Yep.
terms of emotions. Yeah, we're talking about emotions here. And so I really strive because I know he has all of them often, like I do. I really strive to let him know that, yeah, freaking out in school is probably not a good idea.
Hmm.
People are going to pick on you. But if you come home and you need to be alone and you want to cry in your room for 10 minutes to get it out, because I'm a firm, and
Yes,
people may
you are.
disagree, crying,
Oh,
bro, game
bro,
changer.
so good. So good.
And I know, because of my past, and I spent so much time holding it all in,
Hmm.
stiff upper lip, put a
Hmm.
smile on your face, don't
Hmm.
bother anyone with your problems.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it took me years of being confident in who I was and allowing myself to cry. Now I do it all the time.
Yeah,
I mean,
same.
we just watched a family movie If with Ryan Reynolds about imaginary friends.
Uh-huh.
My eyes were leaking through the majority of the film.
I've always been emotional, but like gosh, I feel like the last couple years everything, like everything. I've just like let the
Right.
floodgates open and maybe that's because well, obviously because of like the places life has taken me in the last several years,
Sure.
but
Sure.
holding back tears is like a little death to myself. Like I can't, my whole
It's exhausting.
everything like
Yeah.
it gets inflamed and tightens. It's just like let it
And it
out. Who cares?
and it turns negative. And like,
Yeah.
I mean, my kids, it's a running joke in our house. I took a shower the other day, and I mean, I shower every day, don't get me wrong. That came out weird. I was showering the other day, and the kids, I got out, and Mark goes, "Are you okay?" And I go, "Yeah, I'm fine." And he goes, "That was a really long shower." And I go, "Yeah, I was just kind of taking my time and goofing around, and I was lollygagging and got sidetracked." Do you ever get in the shower and then you think about something, and then the next thing you know, you've been standing there for probably 5 minutes just thinking about something? I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
well, yes, no, that's mhm.
like
That's the thing.
a story I'm writing or something that
Sure.
happened, or yeah, I'm planning my outfit for church 3 days from now, whatever.
Yeah.
And I got out of the bathroom and both the kids were like, "Are you okay?" And I go, "Why is everybody asking me that?" And they're like,
I
"Were
heard
you
you
crying
weeping.
in the shower?" Yeah. And I'm like, "No, I wasn't." Because they know, and I've said since they were little, I cry in the shower. That's where I cry because I would say 8 out of 10 times I'm crying has nothing to do with anyone else on the planet. It's
Right.
me.
It's
It's
just
my own thing. I'm
yeah.
working through,
Yeah.
and I don't want to bother anybody.
Right.
It's not that I don't, you know, I don't want to hug, or I feel like I'm
Right.
a burden. That's not it. But it's like I don't need 12 people asking me if I'm fine. I'll be fine. I just gotta cry in the shower for a minute.
Right. This is my self-soothing therapy. Give me 5 fucking minutes, please.
Yeah, right. It's like give me 5 minutes to get my tears out and we can move on.
Yes, yep. And it's so
So,
funny because I often have people like, well, in what I do, tears are you s-
oh
whatever,
yeah,
however I'm working with somebody. I mean, tears, no matter how they come, are an energetic release. Like you said, we're getting
yes,
that out of our body. And if you need a good
yeah,
cry for 10 minutes, OMG, it's therapeutic. And you're crying in the shower. Now, in the last several years, my shower has become a very sacred ritual in not just obviously we're there for a job and a purpose to cleanse our bodies and stuff, but all of those things that you're like thinking about and you're like, "Da, da, da, da," I always,
letting it
every
all out.
shower,
Yes,
letting it all
yeah,
out. Sometimes there's many tears have been cried in my shower, but the
yeah.
water, the symbolism of water, and it's just
No,
like a daily baptism, if you will.
I
Like
was
you
just
are
gonna
being,
say that. Oh, my
yes,
brother in Christ.
like you are being
It
cleansed
is.
from
Yeah,
crown to
you're
root. And if
wiping it
you
away.
imagine,
Yep.
so there's so many things you can do, like shower therapy. I'm saying, like if you're crying in the shower, yes, but you're imagining every thought being cleansed, every word being cleansed, every, all the way down your body. And then
Yeah.
when you step out, it's like, I let that go down the drain.
Yep. Fresh
I'm
start.
not holding
Clean
it
as a
onto it
whistle.
anymore. I'm not,
Nope.
it's not serving me. There it went. And
Yeah.
that is a little therapy that I have put like as a part of my daily routine. Like every time I'm in that shower, it's not just physical, it's spiritual. That's where I connect with
Yeah.
God and like daily baptism. Like I'm being
Yep.
born again. I get
Yep.
this chance
Starting
to
over.
start over and I get this
Well, and
chance
I
to
think,
be,
yeah. And I think too, for me, it really started when I was a new mom because new moms, fuck.
yeah,
I mean, you
you
don't
don't
get
have
to
a
pee
clue.
alone.
Yeah. And you
Well,
don't
you
have a
know what I
clue and you
mean?
don't have you don't, yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And so I would cry in the shower sometimes. And again, it's not like I didn't have postpartum depression. It wasn't this deeper,
sure.
yucky negative thing. It was a release of
Yeah.
stress. It was, oh my gosh, I just need 5 minutes of quiet me.
Yes.
because
Yes.
it's the
And
only
taking
5 minutes I'm going to get.
right. And taking that time for yourself, those 5 minutes postpartum, that's
Was
what kept
huge.
that's what kept you out of postpartum depression.
Right.
And
Well, and again, it's that whole we're releasing everything.
yes, yes.
You can't,
Because no,
and
there's
whether you,
no you might
and
not
that's
know
why
why
I
you're
yell.
crying, but whenever we as women, okay, so you no matter what happens in your sacral region, in your creative center, in your life force energy reproductive
Right.
area, like when you have a shift, whether it's menstruation or having a child or losing a child or
Hmm.
like that is it's very there's energetic like scar tissue that can happen, especially like with trauma and things, but just paying attention to what your hormones are doing in that time. Like it's like your hormones like get like
Yeah.
drastically shift and it's not
Yes.
typically like what happens from month to month and that can be why you're crying, which brings up another point. Do you remember in college when we were both on ortho-tricycline?
Yeah. Yes.
Do you remember that? That was the first time because I had
Well,
gone.
I mean, go ahead. I was just going to say, I remember it because I was on it for probably a lot longer than you were. I mean, I've been on birth control for 20 years.
So at that time I was 18. When we
Yeah.
moved in together I was 18, just
So
about
I was 21. Yep.
just about to turn 19, and
Hmm.
I had been on ortho tricycle. Well, I've been on a couple different, but ortho tricycline was what I was on when we went to college. And I just remember we became synced up, you and I,
Yep.
our
Yep.
cycle. I remember one night specifically, I was just like super, we were both super like, I don't want to say irritable, but just like emotional. And I'm just like, why the fuck am I crying? I don't even know what's happening. And we were
Yes.
both kind of
Yeah.
like going through the same thing. And that it was that point that I realized, like, holy shit, is this is this specific birth control like doing something? And it was.
It's doing more than keeping me from having a baby, that's for
Y-
sure. Like
Yeah,
it's,
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like I feel like when you're young and you take that, at least at least for me, that was the goal.
right.
That
Yes.
was the goal for birth control, was to
Yep.
not have a baby.
Yep.
And for me, it was to regulate my cycle
Yes.
because
Same.
before then my cycle was a shit show
Yeah.
of
Yep.
inconsistency.
Yes.
And it's like that is fine, but you don't think about what those hormones mean being put into your body.
Right. Especially in like, well, the well, synthetic hormones.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
mean,
not what God created. And though science is can be a beautiful thing, like
yeah,
what that taught me in that moment was, ooh, maybe this isn't so great for me, you know? So at that point, I actually had went to my doctor and talked to her about it and switched to a low, it was
yep,
orthotricycline low. And
yep,
that seemed
yep,
to like that helped with the
yeah.
irritability or
And I
mood
switched
swings
it.
or whatever. But
Yeah, yes, because I had that same thing. It's so funny. I had that same thing, but about 15 years after you.
sure.
No, about 10 years after you. Because I remember the kids were both in elementary school and I was a stay-at-home mom and those um I was just down
Yeah.
perpetually.
Yep.
Not depressed,
Yep.
not the exhaustion of a mother with a toddler, which is an
Sure.
entirely different situation, but I was just down. And I've always really worked hard to have intuition with my own body. I mean, when you have all the emotions all the time, it behooves you to dig into why you're having it.
Yeah.
Like that, like I always joke with perimenopause. I'm like, now that I know that's what's happening, I'm actually more self-regulate. I can self-regulate.
Yes. Yep.
Because
The awareness.
before I just, yeah, because before I thought I was just having a nervous breakdown until I Googled nervous breakdown. And I'm like, well, that's not what's happening. And so it's like now that I know that I am in the throes of perimenopause, just that knowledge helps me self-regulate when I go into a fit of, Limp Bizkit rage or have to cry in the shower or what.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, this is normal. This is us now. Like that's what my husband and he's like, so this is us now. I'm like, yep, this is us now. We're a train wreck.
We're a
Come
train.
aboard, won't you?
Yeah.
But and so it's that same thing where I knew, I mean, because I'm not a downer. I'm just not. I love
You're just
smiling.
not.
Smiling's my favorite.
You ain't
And
got it
so
in
it's
you.
like when I am in a state of semi-consistent down and a real negative Nancy on the regular, I'm like, that's not me. Something is amiss. And I remember saying, and I'm always honest when people ask me, how are you? You're very rarely going to get, I'm fine.
Yeah.
If I tell you I'm fine, it's because I don't feel that I should waste my true feelings on you. And I am sorry, that sounds bad.
That does.
But it's like, it does, but it's true. Sorry, that's where
Sorry.
we are. And
Yeah.
so I said, my sisters would ask, how are you? And I'm like, not great. But I'm working on it. That would always be my thing. And I had people tell me you should get on an antidepressant. I had people tell me you should get your tubes tied. Um, I can't remember, there was something else. And I went, yeah, no, I'm going to figure it out. I'll be fine. Because I don't, and again, this is just me and knowing everything about me and being present in my entire life. I don't, I know what depression looks like, and that's not what that was.
Sure.
And even if it was, antidepressants wouldn't be my first. That's my last resort. I've
Right.
never done them. And the things I've heard about them do not fill me with confidence to do them.
Yep. Yep. Same.
People that do them, that's fine. I'm not judging. Just for me, nope, sorry. I'm not gonna hop on that wagon train unless there's no other option because
Right.
I
You're a problem
think
solver, though.
I'm a problem
You
solver. I'm
are.
very vanilla ice. And
Yes.
so um I did talk to my doctor when I went in for my annual visit, and I just said, she said, "How are you doing?" And I said, "Not great." I said, "I'm really kind of down a lot." And she's like, "Depressed?" And I said, "No, just not me."
Hmm.
And she said, "Why don't immediately?" She's like, "Let's lower your birth control."
Mm-hmm.
And so immediately I knew that this was obviously something that she, I mean, the fact that she immediately was like, that's probably the problem. You've got too much stuff in your body. Let's lower it. And so she said, I will lower it to the lowest dose that I can give you. And I said, that would be great. And she said, in 6 months, if you're not better, let me know and we'll, see
Sure.
what else we can do. Probably 3 months later, there was a turnaround.
Yeah.
And I
Yep.
and I was fine. And it's like, and that was the first time that I was like, whoa,
Where?
like these are doing more than keeping us a family of four.
Yeah. Yep. And I would say relationship with birth control.
Oh yeah,
It
yours
kind
is
of
different. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, like it ended abruptly because it was not a match for me. And my body
yeah.
kept telling me that and screaming that in different ways. But like when we were in
Right.
college, that was the first time, like you say, like I'm not myself.
Yeah,
Well, of course
yeah.
you're not, honey, because you're trying to cycle your fucking moon with the machine, you know?
Right, right.
And For me, like it was a lot of like too, when we get on birth control, it's like, oh, don't want to get pregnant in high school or whatever. But now it's just
Mm.
so that's what you do. That's what you do. When you doctor, they're like, well, you got heavy periods, let's do this, and it just
Right.
seems like it's so much, it's mainstream as far as like cycles of life.
Well,
This is how you do it.
and it's the same thing. Talk about teaching your kids shit. Yeah, because it's the same thing now with the HPV vaccine and the
Yes.
meningitis vaccine and the this,
Yes.
that, and the other. And I'm not an anti-vaxxer. My kids have all their vaccines.
Hmm.
Don't get me wrong. But when I when I'm taking my 9-year-old to her pediatrician checkup, and they're telling me that next year she should get her first HPV vaccine. And I went, I'm sorry, what? And they're like, well, it's never too early. And I'm like, she's 9.
Yeah.
Like, like, and this is why, circle back. This is why trust and communication is at the forefront of everything we do
The
in the old
forefront.
pets household.
It
I mean,
starts
this is
at
how we
0 months
roll.
old.
Yeah, because I had to have that and I didn't have it with her when she was 9 because she would
No.
have been
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah. That would have been a
Um,
trauma.
that would have been a drama.
Yeah.
We can, that's therapy year
Yep.
1. So,
Yeah.
but I, I think she was probably 12. And I said to her, because that's the other thing is you get to that point where those doctors start talking to your kids when you're not in the room. And so I remember I said to Katie, I said, this is the vaccine that they want you to get. This is what it's for. I said, and this is why I'm saying no. And I said, what do you think? Because again, communication, understanding, trust, explanation. It's like, I want you to know this is why I, as your mother, don't think you need this. But I want you to start thinking for yourself because someday you're going to be sitting in a doctor's office and they're going to examine your most adorably graphically intimate parts and I'm not going to be there.
Yeah.
So you need to start thinking about it now.
I'll give you a ride though.
Yeah, I'll be in the parking lot
Yeah. With my
with a piece of
sunglasses and
pizza
my slice of
in my
pizza.
sunglasses and my sedan. And it's
I
like, go
I have
ahead.
to interrupt you because I can't take it. One of my favorite things about you and your motherhood and your mothership is since these children have come from
Mm,
your womb, you
yeah.
speak to them as if they're a real human person. Like you're a tiny adult or you're gonna be. So listen to me and listen to me well. There was no like baby talk. That's not the word I'm looking for, but you've
No, no,
always
no.
talked to communicated
Yeah,
with your children like
yeah.
in such a way, not like I don't know, but you talk to them like they're real human people. And I think that's why
Well,
they get
because
it.
and part of it too is because, and I think part of it is because I grew up around adults.
Sure.
I didn't spend a lot when I was in elementary school. I didn't minus being at school. I didn't spend a lot of time with kids. I spent a lot of time with my mom at her
Work.
work or one of
Sure.
her volunteer things, and it was all older people.
Yep.
It
And
was
this is why we
adults
love
or
old people.
teenager. Yeah, well, all of them.
Hmm.
And it's like when I didn't read any books, but when I had those kids, they had these emails that you would get sent weekly about like what kind of fruit your baby is this week and
Sure.
what they're doing in the womb. And then after that, up until I think 3, I got these freaking emails every week about how your baby is growing and things they should be doing by
Milestones and
now.
shit.
And
Yeah.
yeah. And I remember there was a the toddler age of consistency. And I say that all the time. I'm like, there's comfort in consistency. And I am a creature of habit and routine. And I have made my children that because it has served me well that they always know, number one, the expectations, and number two, the um their home life. Like we are a boring family. Um and that's okay because every time my kids step into this house, there's no surprises. They know exactly what they're going to get.
Yep.
Mom's going to be making dinner. Dad's going to be doing this. Like there's this se our house is their security blanket.
Yes. And there is
And
security
that's
in the
why sometimes
consistency.
there is. And
And
we
when
all
mom
love
cries
that.
in the shower, she can show up consistent for you. Okay. So let it alone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me have my second cup of coffee.
Yep.
I am going to take care of all of your needs today. You're welcome. I'm going to do it with a smile. But it's that whole thing. And so it's like when you inform your children of things, and I'm not saying I talk, that's just it. I mean, I waited till Katie was 12 because I knew she wouldn't comprehend
Yeah.
anything. I mean, the first time they did the health conversation at school, she came home and she was like,
What the?
yeah. Like, I mean, her poor little eyeballs rolled back into her head. And it's like, and that's fine. If your child at 9 is, I don't know, living a fucking lifestyle that the HP vaccine seems appropriate, then
That's a
golly,
parenting
I
issue.
guess that's
I said it.
that's a parenting decision. But it's like I just that was kind of the hill I was ready to die on
Yeah.
because I'm like if she hasn't even started her period, what are we doing here? I
Yeah.
mean, she goes to school and she comes home. Like, why is this
Yeah.
necessary? And then I remember there was a big, not a kerfluffle, but there was a little pushback when she got older. And they were like, well, after this, if she doesn't start it now, she'll have to get 3 shots to catch up, boosters. And I'm like, that's fine, but she's still not getting it
Yeah.
because I know my child and she is a child. And
Yeah.
the things that is designed to protect her from are not things that she is has in her life right now. So we
Right.
don't need to, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. And why the push? Is it saving people's lives?
Right. Well, and I've talked to other moms too, and they're like, when you really dig into that specific vaccine, it's like it doesn't really prevent anything.
Right.
And most people are fine, even if they
Yeah.
do get it. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, I know I didn't get it and I'm 43. So I feel
Right.
like, um, but yeah, I mean, I just think that the more I don't know. I don't, the only other mothers I judge are my sisters because they're family and I
Yeah.
apparently feel free to judge family.
Yes.
But I don't try to judge a lot of other moms. It's just this is what works for us.
Yes. And you
And
do,
talk
as a mom, if you're doing the best you can with what you have and your intention is to raise a healthy, honest, authentic child, then you are
yeah.
absolutely doing the work of the Lord.
And not a little liar. Oh,
Yeah, and not a little liar. Wish you weren't a liar.
we should word a liar. But and that's just it. And it's like some things are really hard and some things just seem to all work out,
Yep. Yep.
you
Actually,
know?
they all eventually all work out, you know?
Right. But I mean, sometimes it's a harder road to get there. But that's why it's like, you know, that circling back to Asher, it's like that's why it's so important to me. And I take the time to talk to him about the things that he is doing wrong because
Sure.
it's like the sooner you figure it out, man,
Yeah, especially when
you
it
don't
comes
want
to our core principles.
right.
Like,
Yeah.
the
Well,
the the big things, and lying is one of the biggest.
It's like, I don't want you to be 23 and trying to figure this out on a college campus because your
Yeah.
girlfriend broke up with you because you lied about where you were instead of going to dinner.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, for example, just
For example,
throwing that
I
out
think
there.
that your kids are going to definitely not only change the world, but help heal the world just because of the mother that you are.
Well, and I just want them to, I mean, there are things that it's like I always say when they leave the car, and I've said this since they were in kindergarten, because again, we're boring here, nothing ever changes. I'm like, be kind and learn well,
Yeah.
because to me, those are huge.
That's it.
I
That's what
mean,
we were put here for.
yeah, and it's like, be kind no matter what.
Yep.
Because I feel like if people could just stop, I mean, so much of people's anger and whatever is it's unnecessary.
It's
It's a defense
unnecessary.
mechanism.
Yes.
It's not, I mean, I've had that conversation. I'm like, we don't know what other people's life is like.
Right.
I'm like, we don't know why they're mean. We don't know why they say the things they do, why they're angry all the time, why they bully us, why they say, whatever it is.
Right.
I'm like, we don't know what their life is like. And the kids as they have gotten older, they've seen some of their friends and like, oh, that that doesn't happen at our house. And I'm like, no. I'm like, there are people that their mom works at during the day and their dad works at night.
Yep.
And they make it work and they're
Yep.
doing the best they can. I said,
Yeah.
and so we don't judge other people when we don't know what's going on.
Right.
We just got
Yep.
to be kind and keep trucking. I said, because you being kind to someone, that could change, that could be something they remember
Forever.
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 We don't know how that can affect someone. All those small little things,
Yes.
you know?
Yep.
So,
It is. And it is the little things. I mean, when somebody like sees you and has like compassion for you and is able to not
yeah.
necessarily like slip your shoes on and walk that mile, but just to hold a little
Right.
spot for you in their heart. Like that is the like type of connection that really helps somebody like start to feel love around that situation. Like that's what helps
Well,
let God in, you know?
and love and confidence that it's okay, they still like me.
Mm-hmm.
They're still nice to me. Like
Mm.
it's that whole like I mean, all those little things, it's like they can blossom into these big fucking rooted flowers,
Right.
you know? It's like so and it's no skin off your back to put a smile on your face and, hey,
Yep.
how are you? Like that's not gonna trip up your day.
Yeah.
So just do that.
Yep.
So anyway, you're so nice. Thank you for appreciating me.
Well, it's gosh, like you have so much helped I would say mold and shape my life because you've been such a close part of it since I became an adult. Like you were
Right,
my
right.
first.
Oh,
Hang on one second.
oh yeah, you're fine.
Oh,
I'll just look at your
little
beautiful hanging plants.
you can't be loud right now, Dal. He's like, go, I just want to party. But like my
I'm
first,
young. I have a life to live.
yeah, my first adult connection, like my first
Right.
friend that I met as an adult,
Yeah.
that just really, I don't know, Malski, you're something special, okay?
Well, I
You,
think no, and I get what you're saying because that's how I feel about you. Because I think,
I mean, I didn't mean
and
for
I'm
this to turn into a bucket of blowies, but yeah, I kind of did.
that's all right. I don't mind a little smoke blowing,
Yeah.
but it's like there's this it's the same for me because there's this thing that has just been there from the start that I look for and I judge all my other relationships by that standard of I have a person in my life that good, bad, or otherwise thinks I'm pretty ding dang okay. And that's how I feel about you. It's like the route our lives have taken since we met are not always perpendicular. I mean, they're not always parallel.
Yeah,
They haven't been. And I remember sometimes we wouldn't talk for a year because
sure.
you were busy doing you, I was busy doing me. But it's like you get back on that phone call and it's like, oh yeah, we're just two bitches sitting in college again. Like
Yeah.
it's that same, and there's always this, I feel like there was always this mutual understanding of there is never something that we can't talk to each other about
Oh, yeah.
because we just accept and we learn and we help each other in whatever way we can,
Yeah.
you know?
Yep.
And it's like that is something that I mean, that's how my marriage is.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
how other friendships that I've developed since college, it's like, is this the direction it's headed? Because if it's not, I don't really have time for it. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yep. So true. So true. I mean, I think about too, like the people throughout our lives that we've gained along the way, especially in adulthood. And it's like the
Yeah,
friends that during certain phases of our life, we connect with, and then we move and meander and flow to the next phase of
right,
life. And those people might not always be like as present in that
right,
time,
right,
but
right,
you've always been a constant and just
right. Same, same. And but I
not that
think
it's
too,
like
I think yeah. Go ahead.
never judge. I mean, you're judgy as fuck, but you don't judge.
Oh, sure. No, yeah,
You know what I mean?
absolutely. Give me a
Yeah.
glass of wine and let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Um, no, but I mean, there is a, and to me, I feel like judgment gets such a dark word. It's a dark word. But it's like there, in my mind, when I do it all the time, there's a difference between judging and not accepting. And
Sure.
they're not mutually exclusive. And I think a
No.
lot of people, when you, oh, I judge, yeah, well, I tend to judge people. They're
Yep, we
like,
do. We're
oh, they
human as
won't
fuck.
accept me.
Yep.
It's like, no, it's like, it's that problem solving thing. It's
Hmm.
so funny because I pray all the time for, um, like my family, my friends, my people that aren't well that I know. I mean, I'm
Hmm.
constantly praying. And not as much as I should, but I'm doing it a lot. And I actually, since perimenopause, I've started this thing where I say the Lord's Prayer. Like, the perimenopause where you wake up at like 2 and you like have like this manic, rambling, psychotic brain fart that all of a sudden it's 3:45 and you're like, wait, what? And
Yeah, I know the
so
type.
besides magnesium at night, when I wake up, I simply say the Lord's Prayer to myself in my head, slowly as I breathe, because we all know breathing and water are my favorite things.
Yeah.
And I pass out
Yep.
every time.
Yep.
It's like a magical concoction of focusing on the Lord. And then my brain just is like, yeah, no, we should go to sleep. Good idea.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
wonderful. And
I
it's
love that you
wonderful.
brought that up because that practice, along with like the shower crying and stuff, like
Right.
this
Yeah.
is the recipe for a beautiful, restful night's sleep. Like even if you do
Yeah.
like wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning, like, did I miss the fucking bus? What is happening?
Yes.
So the Lord's Prayer, yes, very, very powerful. I don't want to say I've condensed that, but I am like, God, take what isn't mine to carry anymore
Yeah. Yeah.
and help me
And
call in my own love. And like
and
wham
it's
bam, get in the van and passed out and like
yes. And
receiving
I
that rest that I need so that I can get up in the morning and ask the question, how do you want to use me today?
and we're getting in the van and doing the Lord's work today. Well,
Yes.
and that's just it. And I think I mean, religious what have yous aside, it's the act of closing down because I feel like that 2 o'clock wake up call,
Mm,
that manic bullshit wake up call, it's a very self-centered thing. Like
mm,
my brain's not thinking about other people at 2 a.m.
no.
My brain is thinking about all the things that I have failed to achieve, need to achieve, didn't realize that was an achievement, like
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like it's all me, 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 me.
Yep.
And it's like the what you say, what I say,
Yep.
both things are true that we stop um we're seeking something outside of ourselves
Mm-hmm.
to bring us peace and comfort.
Mm.
And I think that act of stopping the selfish insanity is what brings us the rest.
Right. Well, it
You
brings
know what I
it does
mean?
like so you said, we're seeking outside of ourselves. Well, you and I both know God is within us. You
Well,
know,
right, yes, but
so it's like that's the ticket though. That is the
yeah,
thing that we're all fucking looking for. I mean, I remember
yeah.
way back when I got married that one time on accident. You remember, you were in the wedding.
I know
But
it was
like
July and I was
going
so mad at
to
you.
I know going to our pastor for like therapy and counseling and stuff. He said, "Jenna, you're you are looking for something outside of yourself to fulfill this whole, it's never going to fill the void. What you're
Right,
looking for is God, and God's already in you." And at that time, I was 11 and a half or however old. I mean, this was not
right.
long after you and I met, within a couple
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
I
yeah,
met
yeah.
my ex-husband right when we graduated college. So, um,
Mm.
it was just like at that time, I'm like, man, I just got to get out of this because this isn't right. And I knew in my heart
Right,
of hearts it wasn't right, but I didn't know
right,
why. And it was
right.
because I thought this external husband was going to give me everything to fulfill my heart, and it didn't.
It's
But
a mm, it's
yeah,
a physical, it's a physical gratification.
it is.
It's my life doesn't make sense unless I have all these physical things.
Yes. Yes. And that is what so many of us struggle with. That is what so many people are like, that's the bottom line. When we're constantly looking for external, like validation or external material, superficial things to
Right.
make us feel happy. What's interesting about that too is I can't remember who it was, but it was on a podcast I listened to a couple weeks ago. Like, we want these things.
Yeah.
We want the house, we want the car, we want the clothes, we want the whatever it is. We
Yeah.
want the garden, we want the all of these things that are like outside that are not, but what we fail to realize is that if we just sit down, shut the fuck up, have a good cry in the shower, maybe say a
Amen,
little
sister.
prayer when we go to bed at
Yeah.
night. Like, all of that stuff seems to not matter. But not only that, like our desire for it is, it's not like it's earthly. It's of like, it's we want it. The feeling is in, I want that, I want that, I want that. And then you get the new car or the house or the clothes or the whatever thing that it was that you wanted. You got
And you're
it.
like, yeah, I
And you're
don't
like, oh,
feel
I
right.
got it. Now I just want the next thing. And you're constantly
Yeah.
trying to find it outside of you. And it just doesn't exist.
Well, and it kind of reminds me of when so when my husband and I moved to Wisconsin, I went from working part-time and my kids being in daycare to my husband and I realizing that every penny that I made for my job part-time would be paying daycare, and that seems like a rat
Ridiculous.
race.
Yeah.
And so I went from being a part-time mom, and I say that with nothing but love for part-time moms because I grew up with a mom that was she was the breadwinner. She was the single breadwinner. And it's like to a stay-at-home mom, which is something I had never envisioned for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, before I met my husband, I never envisioned children for myself. And now I was going to be mothering full time. And that was an adjustment. And it was a huge adjustment for those simple things that you were just talking about. How do other people see me? Oh, she sits around and watches her soaps all day long. Like there was this huge amount of
Yeah, I
I
definitely, as
felt
soon as you
I'm
became a mother, all I could see was Peg Bundy.
yeah, me too. Or
JK.
no, shoot, from Annie, Carol Burnett, Mrs. Is it Mrs. Flanagan?
Yes.
Hannigan, Mrs.
Hannigan.
Hannigan. That's probably more accurate.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
And and it's like that was probably the hardest and a very big time of self discovery and evaluation and all that insider bullshit because I had to relearn what where my value was.
Mm.
Stay-at-home mothers, you beautiful ladies. I don't
Oh.
even
Hardest job in the
I
world. Hardest job in the world.
well, and for the very basic reason, on top of everything else, you have to have the ability to stand up for yourself to yourself.
To your
I mean,
fucking self.
like the amount of time that it took me to find validation within myself. I've always had a very supportive husband who has been, he's appreciative, he's thankful, he's wonderful. Ugh. But
He is. I love
that
Mark.
that isn't enough when you are your own boss being
Mm-hmm.
told what to do by a toddler. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's a different set of when your gratification and your what you contribute to the family isn't monetary. That's a huge, especially in our American society, that is a huge mental conundrum
Right.
that I don't.
How many mothers feel like I'm not enough because I'm not
Yeah.
contributing financially? Like that is definitely, definitely a thing. And that's another
Oh,
piece that makes it so fucking hard. Hardest job in
yeah,
the
yeah,
world. Free work. I'm working for free, you know?
right. And then there was that period of where I felt like I had to justify. Like Mark would come home and he'd be like, "How was your day?" And instead of telling him emotionally how my day was, it would be a laundry list of the things I had accomplished so that I could validate me being a stay-at-home mom, me
Yeah.
not contributing financially.
Yep.
And after a couple of years and a couple of cries in the shower, I realized I'm like, I have got to be okay with me again. And
Yeah.
it was a big re-entry, like a a mental renovation of this is who we are now. We need to figure out how, and by we I mean me, the royal we.
Yeah.
How do I validate myself and not look for that validation from my husband?
Right.
Oh Lord, from my kids? Like being
Yeah.
a stay-at-home mom and your kids do not care about anything that you say. Like
Yeah.
how do I live my days and find the gratitude and the appreciation from me? Like I'm the one that has to be proud of me. And that is such a hard lesson to learn.
Oofda. Yeah. Oofda.
And have that confidence of, yep, we're doing great. We're doing the right thing. This is
Right.
fine. This is what we do now. And it took me a really long time. I mean, I mean, it took me several years for
Yeah.
sure of
Oh,
being
yeah.
a stay-at-home mom
Yep.
before I really like jumped on the bandwagon of, yeah, that's who I am now, bitches.
Right. Right.
But it's like now, I mean, it's like when I transformed and I became okay with it and I reconciled myself with my new job, it's like what I do during the day is no one's business but mine
Exactly.
because
And
I am the reason this,
if I'm over here doing the best I can do with,
yeah,
the guidance of our good Lord and Savior, then guess what? It doesn't matter.
it's
None of the
good.
rest of this shit
Yeah,
matters.
right. Right. And I think that whole thing when you learn to it's like I always tell people, I'm like, the only people's opinions that matter to me are Mark and Jesus,
Hmm.
my husband and Jesus. If they think that I'm all right, then everybody else can F off.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Kick
I
rocks.
don't mean yeah, yeah, pound sand.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in a mean, derogatory, I don't care about people way.
Yeah.
But when you don't allow a large throng of people to hold you in their opinions and
Yeah.
you focus on yourself, on your spouse or your best friend
Right.
and Jesus, like the other stuff falls away.
Yeah.
And
Are your
it's like I
hydraulics
don't
going
need
out in your office chair? Because I can see like this much of your
oh
face right now.
no, I'm starting to lounge. I'm
Okay.
starting the lounging part of my day. The coffee's almost gone and we're about to
Um,
lounge. Sorry. No, but do you know what I just and she's gone.
and she's
I
gone.
no, it's my big comfy chair.
Oh,
Um no, but I mean it all goes to that same purpose that you were talking about. It's like when we are okay with us, it is much easier to not get sidetracked by what's going on with everyone else.
yes. What other people think of you is none of your fucking business.
No,
It
because you
isn't.
can't do
And
anything about it.
you can't do anything about it. And besides, like, okay, let's just say other people are thinking of you and they just think you're a big old turd. Well,
Fine.
are these people like, are they close connections in my life? Are they people that like I value and hold in high regard as far as
Right.
like a
Right.
relationship with them?
Right.
Probably if somebody like says something about me like on the internet or like has makes a comment on my like business page or whatever, I'm just like, "Oh, well, huh, neato." Like I can't give it a second thought because
No.
it doesn't serve me. What other people think of
No.
me is none of my business. And those who know me and know my heart
Right.
know that like I
It,
am striving to be better and more loving and more compassionate and
if
more,
if yeah. Yeah. I mean,
you know,
let me put it this way.
helpful.
If someone that I know from, I don't know, I don't do anything fun or go anywhere,
Yeah.
but if someone that I knew from an acquaintance, if you will, said to me, "Oh, I can't believe you just did that." I would be like, "I know, right?" And then I'd walk away.
Yes,
Now,
like that's it.
if Mark said, "I can't believe you just did that," that would give me pause. I
Yes.
would stop and go, hmm, perhaps we should re-examine what just happened.
Sure.
If I feel Jesus saying, "Oh my gosh, I cannot believe you just did that. Why are you not learning the lesson?" That gives me pause.
Yeah.
But if it's just some random on the internet, if it's just someone that I know from the Facebook or that knew me 20 years ago,
Sure.
or, an extended family member even that I don't talk to very
Yeah.
often,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I know I'm pretty ridiculous, right? And then I walk away because it's like those people don't know me on the level that Mark, Jesus, and you do, for example.
Exactly.
Like, do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like there is a top tier, no offense,
Yeah.
There's a top
You
tier
didn't
of
make the
people.
cut. Yeah.
Sorry, no room. Um, and it's like those are the people that, yes. I mean, I think if you're really close to a family member and they're like, I'm not sure what's happening here right now. Yeah, I might be like, "Mm, I don't know. That's a good question." I mean, if my grandpa Lou said to me, "Oh, kiddo, I don't know," I'd be like, "Well, we should maybe take a break and think about it. That's a good question."
Yeah.
If Grandpa Lou's not sure why we're doing it, then maybe we need to think
Right.
twice.
Yep.
But for those other people, it's like, no, it's like, and when you have that confidence of the people that love you and that have your back and they would tell you if you were on the wrong path, um it doesn't matter what car you drive. It doesn't matter how big your house is. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter, how old your bra is.
Yeah. Oh,
It
yeah.
those things, what I like.
Right.
I mean, those things. I mean, if it's still working, it's
Yeah.
fine.
If it's still serving its
But it's
purpose.
like, all right, yeah. If it's not, then we can talk about it. But if it's still serving its purpose, then it doesn't matter. I
Yep.
just, and I think too, the more you get into that habit of focusing on the things that really matter and sustain you, it's like my car gets me where I need to go.
Yeah.
My car does not sustain me when I feel like my life is a train wreck or
Yeah.
possibly about to be one. And those are the things that it's like, yeah, no, my children telling me they appreciate me, thanking me for loving them,
Yeah.
rolling their eyes when I do something. Those are the things that are important.
Yes.
You know, when
Yep.
my husband says, when I tell him the kids have good grades and he goes, "That's on you. Congratulations, you're raising good kids." Those things matter.
Yeah.
It's
Yep.
not the house that
I
we
love what
have,
you
the
just
zip.
said there, and I'm kind of hung up on it.
What?
When you
I
said
say a lot.
why does it matter what kind of car I drive? Because yes, it gets me from A to B, but is that vehicle sustaining my happiness and like the love in my
No.
heart? Fuck no. I could be driving a shit box down the road, which I do proudly because I'm
Mhm.
trying to get squeeze as many miles out of that thing as I can because I
Oh,
realize what a blessing that is
the
getting me
old
from A to B.
old blue's got a crack across the whole ding dang windshield, and we ride that puppy with Dr. Dre, and we get where we need to go, baby. And
Yeah.
we have a good time while we're doing it.
Yep.
And
Yep.
it's
It
like
matters
that's
not.
it. Yeah, it's like that. There's a, it's about taking the time to put things in their place. And
Mm.
it's that whole, my vehicle. Where is my vehicle's place? Where's my house? Where's the placement of my house in my life?
Yep.
Is that the very most important thing to me?
Yep.
Because if that's the very most important thing to you and your focus is on your home, like your physical house, I don't mean,
Right.
home is where the heart is. I mean your physical house and how it looks, everything below it is not getting your attention.
Sure. Sure.
You know?
Yep.
It's
Yes.
the same thing where Mark and I made when we first had kids, it's like, yes, our children are our priority right now. But Mark is still my first priority
Mm-hmm.
because he is the love of my life and he is the reason I have my children.
Mm-hmm.
So and someday my children will go out and be the world's problem and it'll just be Mark and I.
Yep.
And it's like, so there has to be attention paid to that relationship,
Yes. Yes. Because that
just as,
relationship is the foundation. I mean, aside from Jesus, is the foundation of your whole
oh,
life.
for sure. Yeah.
Like that is in tending to that, going back to what you said about like tending to your house and how things appear and, home is where the heart is, and tending to your inner home first and foremost with the relationships that you keep with
Yeah.
God and with your people, like
Yeah.
that is where it starts. That's how you build a
Yeah.
solid, steady foundation. You can't build upon anything else and
No.
expect it, excuse me, expect it not to crumble.
And not only that, but I mean, we all live in the real world. We know that all things perish. All
Yep.
things, things, cars, houses,
Yep.
like
It's
everything
all
that is an
fleeting.
actual, yep, like it's not the last car
You
you're ever
can't
gonna
take it
have.
with you. Okay.
No, you can't. Um, it's like that stuff that is a temporary thing in a very temporary world. And
Yes.
so it's like I just choose to focus on the things that will last the longest. And the things in my life that last the longest are the people.
Yeah. Oh God, I'm
That's,
glad you
you know
said
what?
that
You should
too.
write that down.
Write that down
Let's
because this
get a
is
little
like,
you know what I mean? I
I
mean,
know.
that's because that's at the end of the day, that's what I mean, we've known each other for over 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't lived in the same house in the last 20 years. I haven't
Sure.
owned a vehicle for the last, I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean,
It's all
this
temporary.
cardigan is 3 years old. This
This too
coffee cup
shall
is six
pass.
months old. I mean, yeah, see, Barb
Yeah.
knows what she's talking
Barb
about.
knows what she's talking about. But you are
I
so
mean,
right. It's our it's our relationships. It's our
mhm,
connection with great spirit above, our
yeah.
creator. It's our connection with the people in our lives that remind us why we're here, you know?
Well, and I think it's interesting too if you think about it from a spiritual perspective, then it just reaffirms everything that we just
Oh,
said.
yeah. Yes.
Because heaven is not a place where we get the perfect car and the perfect like that's not the perfection that we are promised.
Yeah.
Our perfection is spiritual. Our perfection is our souls. Like that's the promise of eternal life for us
Yeah.
is it's all our souls will finally be free and
Yeah.
without sin. That's the perfection. And
Once
so
we
it's
get out
like
of
if
this
that
meat suit, that's the goal.
well
That's the
and
holy
it's like
goal.
so if that right and so it's like if that's what God if that's where his purpose lies for us, then yeah, all this other crap is just crap.
Crap. It's crap.
I mean, there's just so much shit lying around this house.
God, I love you so much. Yes.
Well, I mean, and it's like, and yes, not that I don't want my kids to be comfortable,
Yep.
not that I don't want to be able to get to work on time, but it's
Right.
like if I am valuing my vehicle for more than what it is, which is to get me where I need to go,
Yep.
then why is that so high on my list?
Right.
Like why? Because to me, that's that whole you're allowing other people the power to decide what they like to you're giving them the
Dictate your worth,
power. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like you're
I mean,
allowing
it's like
other people to decide how valuable you are when
based on superficial things.
based on bullshit. So much shit lying
Yeah.
around this house.
So
I
much
feel
shit
you.
right around the house.
God, I love you. This was so,
Ugh.
so, so good. And I know we could talk for a million years because anytime we do, which is, at least we talk at least
Oh,
once a month, which for
yeah,
a
yeah.
time there, it was like once a week. It was
For
like,
we talk we talk about once a month for about 3 weeks straight.
yes, yes, that's exactly what happens. And
So it's like,
I love
oh,
this
Jen is
so much,
calling. I'm gonna
Molly.
clear my morning.
Yes, I love it so much that I feel like you need to be a staple on my podcast because,
Oh, you're
yes,
so sweet.
so that's
You
happening.
have so yeah, no, and I'll come back, but you have so many like I love listening to you because the work that you've done to yourself and that you've allowed God to do has made you flourish and given you this ability to just to reach out to others and be like, yeah, I got you. Life sucks. Here we go. Let's make it better. And I love that.
Ah, I
I
love you.
mean, that's
I'm a little verklempt.
oh
Ah,
my God, it's not even sweater weather.
why? I'm not even in the shower. Why am I crying?
Well, that'll happen.
Yeah,
It's
you'll have
okay.
that. But I love you
Oh,
so much, and you are like the oldest of the soul sisters, from basically
oh,
when I like stepped into adulthood, there you were, and just to have like another adult from another perspective that I had never ever met before. We didn't grow up together.
yeah,
It was just like that
no,
instant,
yeah,
even though we went to our rooms that first like week was a little weird trying to, figure out our footing in college and in the big
I know.
city.
Oh my gosh, what a ridiculous step that I just sweaty palms all the way
Yes.
through the first couple of weeks. Like, what?
Yes.
I can't believe I'm doing this. I'm all alone. I don't know anyone. What is happening?
One of the greatest moves I ever made, for sure. And even though I was scared as fuck, and I remember, God, I can't remember his name, but he came to my house to talk about college and like, you want to go to
Did
Brown
you have
College? Do you want to
Tim?
go for
Did you have
radio?
Tim too? I think you had Tim. Are you
Was
thinking of
it?
Tim Getz? Tim
Oh,
Getz? Hi, Tim Getz, Brown College here. How are you? Getz? That's my
oh my
guy.
God.
Was that him? Yeah,
Oh,
that's
core
you still
core memory
remember.
unlocked. But I remember sitting at
That's
the kitchen table and me and my dad like talking and the loan process and dad's co-signing me for a loan to go to college and stuff. And
like a
I just
gazillion
remember,
dollars. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
a gazillion dollars to earn a degree that, first of all, you don't need.
Oh my gosh. So don't
Let's
need.
work in
Second
radio
of all,
broadcasting, okay?
you're not
But
using
second
it.
of all, Brown College no longer exists,
No.
nor are our credits. We could like go to like if we wanted to go back to school right
Oh,
now.
nothing's transferable. Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah.
nothing's transferable. Everything that we have done is null and void. Not
Right.
really. It's not though, because that
No.
like experience, the when we were
Oh,
brought together and the
yes.
learning, like communication is our forte. And
Obviously.
obviously. So just because like we didn't follow that path or like use that, we don't have careers in radio, we're not disc jockeys. Like the way
Well,
that it is, um
yeah.
that year and a half, 18-month program, how it
I'm
has
listening. I'm moving, but I'm listening. Keep going.
heard. That
Yeah.
has like really, I know it's shaped how I communicate and how even to like down to the some of the classes I remember like talking about like enunciation and like
Oh, yes.
when we're, doing commercials and stuff and how to speak fluently and how to have your
Oh,
radio.
yes.
Tim Getz from Brown College here. Like,
Dang,
yeah.
I knew he wasn't right when he said you're like blonde Reba McEntire. I'm like,
That was your
sir, I
one
can't
chance,
tell you.
Fancy. I'm
Yeah.
unimpressed.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I can't tell you how much you don't know me, sir, if that's what you just
Yeah.
said.
Yeah.
I'm
That
gonna
is
have
cute.
to I'm gonna have to let me go.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
no, well, and I think too, it's just this incredible, like, like, I mean, Mark and I always joke about it. We paid $32,000 each to get married, and that's how I feel about it. Like, I tell people, I'm like, yeah, I spent $32,000 to meet my best friend and my husband.
Isn't that just yes? Back to like signing those loan papers with my dad, like
Yeah,
$32,000. My dad had never
yeah.
taken a loan out for anything. So this was like big
I'm
for both of
surprised
us.
Dale didn't have a heart attack just signing it.
Oh my
Was
gosh.
this
So
was he
he was
sweaty?
like, this
Was he
is your
sweaty?
baby, like you and
Good luck.
$32,000. I remember like after we graduated and after like I tried and struggled to like find a career in radio, I worked,
Right,
at some
right.
of the local stations making minimum wage. And it was just like, ha ha, this is freaking laughable. Like
Awful.
you paid $32,000 to come out of college and get paid minimum wage. And I just
Right.
kept thinking like, oh my God, what that was not the right thing to do. But yes, it was. because
Right.
I would pay $32,000 every day for the rest of my life to have gained the connection that I gained with you. That was
Yeah.
like I
Well,
I $32,000 was a fucking
yeah,
steal.
no problem.
Yeah. Sign me
Well,
up
and I
again and
think too,
again.
that's such a like life lesson number 378.
Yeah.
It's like we, I mean, you were struggling for radio jobs. I had a radio job. Yeah, minimum wage, blah, 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 working our
Yeah.
way up, yada, yada, yada.
Yep.
Tell me another one.
Right.
But it's like, I remember, I mean, we got engaged right after we graduated.
Yeah.
It's like, and our life immediately took a different direction. I mean, within a year of graduating, we were married and and neither of us were in radio anymore.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's like, so it's that whole the best laid plans of Moll's and Jenna's.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I mean, that's why I feel like you can't regret something like that. I mean,
No.
because it's like you go into it. It's the difference between my plan and Jesus' plan.
Yeah, like you're not smarter than him, so knock
Like
it
I
off.
get right. It's like I went in there thinking, yes, I'm gonna be the next Howard Stern slash Delilah, and I'm gonna be
Yes.
fantastic.
I'm gonna be the
I
next
have
Shadow
found,
Stevens.
yes,
Stop.
and
How do
it's
you
like,
remember him? Okay. Yeah,
oh,
I know. And
oh,
going into it, I'm like, I'm gonna get a degree. I'm gonna, do big things. It's gonna
just
be
yes, yes,
amazing
yes, yes,
radio
yes, yes, yes,
broadcasting.
yes,
You're
yes,
on air. And
yes.
then I think that experience, like, I don't want to say I failed because
No,
you ever worked in radio, and like tried the
right,
thing, but it wasn't what I thought it was going to be, first of all. But um
right.
I think that was like my first life lesson in silver linings, if you will.
Yes, yeah. Well,
Because it
that's
was
just
like
it.
I paid all this money and I'm not using this degree and I'm a failure and
Right,
I'm a piece of shit and all this other stuff. But what I gained from that was not only like a lifelong soul sister, best friend in you,
right.
but that wisdom, yes, that wisdom and the life lived experience and
Yeah,
the college experience and the like learning how to have to work for, because that was a big money lesson for me too. Like the day
yes,
we went to
yes.
college, my
Oh
dad,
my gosh.
who had already co-signed for me. So I have this loan for $32,000. I'm getting a little check each quarter that's supposed to help pay my rent and this and that. But going in, like my parents brought me up to college, and that first day, I had to have first month's rent, last month's rent, plus the security
Yes,
deposit. And I only had
yes.
one of those things.
Yeah.
And I just remember my dad was like, I can't help you.
Figure.
You're
Right.
going to have to fall on, like, I've done all I can
Sink,
do for you. This is your baby.
sink or swim, beautiful lady.
Sink or swim. And I was like, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. I'm gonna run home. I'm gonna work. I waitressed at the time, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
work a bunch of doubles and do this thing. And I made it. I made it
Yeah.
just by the hair of
Yeah.
my chinny chin chin. But that was a life lesson that I would of like I
Yeah.
think about it all the time. Whenever like money or abundance issues like come up or I find myself like not grateful.
Yeah.
That experience alone with my dad, like there has never been a point since then where I knew I had to bust my ass and I have everything I need to get to where I need to
To
go.
do it.
Yep,
Yeah.
to do
Yeah.
it. I have everything I need and I'm so grateful for that because I mean, that was like the start of adulthood for me, but also realizing, like I said, the silver linings,
Yeah.
the other edge of the sword, if you will, the blessings.
Yes.
Like that's when I started to really truly be grateful for
Yeah.
the things that were put into place despite the fact that they weren't
Because,
part of my plan.
right. And not only that, but to take value in your accomplishments because you had worked for them.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like everything that that I mean, when you work hard, whether it's for, a financial reason or it's a project you're working, it's like when you put in the work,
That's
there's a responsibility in that that gives you this incredible sense of confidence and worth. And I can do this.
gratitude,
I have, yeah,
appreciation, and like for
yeah,
yourself, though, because you
yeah,
know what you're capable of. God designed you that way so you could carry out this, whatever it is,
right, right.
because it is to your advantage. God doesn't make mistakes when it comes to your life's plan. You might have a plan, and you think it's all like this is the way it needs to go. And we find ourselves sometimes frustrated or lacking patience when we're not trusting that God's got it. We are not smarter than him. Like it doesn't
Right.
matter what our of course it's always good to have a goal and to like want to put into something greater than you or to like make this place more beautiful in your tenure here.
Well, right.
We have ways we
And
want to do that, make out our map, and this is how we're going to do it. And God's like, but wait, here's a death in the family, or here's a obstacle, or
oh,
here's a
yeah.
not to slow us, well, yes, to slow us down, not to, deter our road to our goal, but these things happen so that we can further carry out our goal or our plan in a way that's in alignment with God, with Jesus,
Well,
with our purpose.
and I think too, when you look at it, how many times has something really amazing happened to you that you have been like, wow, I learned so much about myself because that happened, versus when the shit hits the fan
Oh yeah.
and you plow through and you get to the other side and you're like, again, like you were saying, holy shit, I did it. I can
Yep.
do this.
Yep.
I can this at the beginning seemed like it was going to be a train wreck.
Yes.
And I have somehow managed to wiggle my way through this,
Yeah.
and I have all this strength and um confidence and determination that I didn't, you know, stick to itness that I didn't know I
Yep.
had. Like to me, it's like things have been kind of rough the last 9 months, I would say, for me. And I was talking to my dad the other day, and I was just whining and complaining, and he said, 2 seconds, I'm sorry. And I was, whining because that's what I do sometimes. And I said, he was gonna give me like some advice or whatever, because that's what dads do. And before he even could, I cut him off and I went, wait, what? No, stop. Never mind. I just have to remember how hard life used to be and stop crying about it and remember how tough I used to be, because life has been very beautiful for me in ways that I never imagined for myself. And not to say it's all cupcakes and rainbows over here all the time, but compared to my pre-Brown college experience, my
That was
Lord,
the thing
that's
that
become
changed
our
everything
defining
for me
moment,
too, dude.
right?
Yeah. Too
The
funny.
gift that keeps on giving.
Yeah.
But it's like when I think about when geez, buy a car, why don't you? Um
Oh yeah.
when
Molly's
I
husband's in the process of buying a car, so she's slightly distracted, which is
sorry,
fine
but
because
like,
we got to wrap it up. It's been an hour and a half, which I know is
oh
only
geez,
half the
oh
time we
golly,
usually
okay,
talk.
so right, fair. So but like it came to me all of a sudden that I'm like, I'm so weak because I have gotten so complacent in my gr gratitude, because this is my life. And that sounds super douchebaggy. I am
Yeah,
aware, but
douchebag.
that's how it came out. Like like when you have a really good run for a while and life is good
Oh,
comparatively,
yeah. Yep.
and you're like, oh my gosh. And then all of a sudden, trials and tribulations, it'll happen, baby.
Yep.
I was so like focused on how sucky it was
Yeah.
and complaining and whatever. And I'm like, oh, if the old me could see me now, she would be embarrassed. You're
Ye-
sitting here crying on your bed instead of in the shower.
Yeah.
Get your head in the game. And I said to my dad, I'm like, I forgot. I have to go back to being the old me and I need to toughen up. I got to pull off those old life sucks, put it in a pony and
Well,
get
it's
back
not
to
even
it.
the old you. It's just this beautiful part of you that you haven't
Right.
needed.
Yes.
No?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, and when you say it, you sound like a beautiful fairy. And when I say it, I sound like a douchebag.
You are not
But
a
it's the
douchebag.
same, it's the same sentiment. It's the same sentiment. It's
Yeah, it's
like,
the same thing.
and it's like you really do have to, everything is a circle in that aspect because it's like we're not promised that once we get our I's and T's figured out, it's all going to be fine. You
Yeah.
know,
This too
it's
shall
not that
pass.
I have a job, I have a good marriage, my
Yep.
kids are doing this, that, and the other. It's like
Yep.
that doesn't mean that life is going to be that way forever. There's still going to be shit that comes your
It's
way.
all fleeting.
It is. And
It
so it's like you
is.
have to remember you got to be tough. You got to stay tough. And you got to remember that, that stupid adage, it could be worse. It's like, but that's a form of gratitude.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I
Mm-hmm.
can't
It
tell
is.
you over the last 9 months how many times I've said, not only to my children, but to myself, I'm like, geez, my
Yeah.
husband loves me. My kids are
Yep. It
kind.
helps you like come back to center and come back to like
We're all
connection
healthy.
to
Yeah, it's that
yourself. Like, holy
it
shit.
reminds you, yeah, you're like, okay, these are the things that are important. I'm getting sidetracked by the garbage.
Yeah.
I need to take 5 minutes and remind myself that still a lot of cupcakes in the cupboard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know
it's
what I'm
fine. It's gonna
saying?
be fine.
Life's a garden.
Dig it?
You dig
Okay,
it?
we're done. I'm
We are
sorry.
done. Oh
Okay,
my God.
it's
I
me.
love you so much. I have to get this puppy outside
Whoa.
to take a hot shit, I'm
Oh my
guessing is what's
gosh, this
happening.
poor
But
thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's learning
I'm gonna make
how
sure that
not
my
to shit.
husband's buying a vehicle and not signing my life away.
I love this. And I love you. And
Oh,
we will do a continuum. I feel like, I mean,
oh,
there's
like a
just,
part two. A
yeah, like
part
a
two.
part two. Duh. Part deux.
Do you,
I
do
just
you
wanted
still
to
say
bust out in fucking Robert Goulet after you
no?
said
Yeah,
that.
I
I
mean,
don't know what it was.
I feel like that's never a bad decision, not unlike a
No.
Sam Adams.
Yes.
All
But we
right,
will
I love you a lot.
I love you so much. Thank you for being part of my
Yes,
all of
absolutely.
it.
Thank you for putting up with the shenanigans.
Okay. I'll talk to you
All
in
right.
less than one business week.
Okay, that seems fair.
Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.